Monkey ban. Smart. And a CK ban.
And you and you need a core that actually farms really well.
Yep.
Wow, you okay? Want some water?
He's dying. Don't worry. He's good. No.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. This guy's a trooper. This guy used to spam Meepo, so he knows what it's like to... What was your win rate when you were spamming that hero in pubs? Were you pretty high, like on your main?
So I'm just gonna... my main was like 73-ish%, but my Smurf, 85%.
That's pretty good.
Over 100 games, I had 85% win rate. So
that's pretty damn good.
That was... But the hero was just ridiculous. If you could play him, no one was playing him. So if you could play him really well...
You just win, yeah. Looks like it's an Akin and Envy doing most of the talking here, per normal. I wonder what you do. So we're going to assume we already have our, looks like both 5s and both 2s. I don't think, really, you could put Snakey on the Pango. He's played it. I just think that hero is so much better middle.
Oh, I definitely agree with you. Yeah. Even with the buffs to his damage, like I still think he does so much better when you give him the levels and the space on that mid lane.
What about like soloing a safe lane with Pango? Would you be okay with that? Because it feels like he's just bad in the off lane because there's like nowhere for him to do anything.
I guess it's fine. But having that bottle as well and
just abusing runes. I agree. I mean, I agree. I was like thinking if it is a flex pick, but I'm pretty sure we just.
And you can rotate towards those bounties early on and just fight around them, create space. I love him on mid. I'm not the biggest fan of side lanes though. I think the biggest weakness of
that was the unpause sound, right?
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
The biggest weakness of that hero was the fact like you go dual lane with him. He provides you with absolutely no pressure
at
all. And then once the enemy carry, such as let's say Void, gets power threats, he's done. Like he cannot last it any longer. He just gets right click to that. So giving him that bonus damage and putting him on mid is a solution to that. So good.
Do you think that? I bet this hero is definitely going to see a nerf. I think. I wonder how. I think it has to be the heart piercer. Yeah, I think it has to be his passive.
Everyone is expecting a nerf.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But when?
But when? Because we just had a couple nerfs.
I mean, I don't think there's going to be another patch, like a balance patch before Major's done.
Probably not. We might be seeing a lot of Pango bans and picks in the upcoming 2 weeks.
I would not be surprised.
If you're playing versus Mars and he uses his ulti,
yes.
What happens if you roll in? Do you just bounce on the walls?
Yeah, you just destroy people.
So it's actually good for you, right?
Yes. Can you leap over it with your W?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can?
Fever's done her practice.
No, there was a Reddit post where it like
all of it.
said all of the things, and obviously I got stuck reading it.
That's pretty good.
Like you can shield crash over it.
That Pango can jump high.
I think you can swashbuckle if you stand at like the maximum range you can stand at without getting pierced by the spears.
God.
Shiver with the knowledge bombs, man. Like I played Mars once and it was in demo, right? I was just killing a bunch of axes,
having fun.
Yeah, just having fun.
And that's how everybody should start, by the way. Don't start playing Mars in ranked.
Yeah, right. You know I'm getting home. I'm queuing ranked Europe West, and I am just going Mars first, mute everyone.
There we see the Shadow Shaman, position 4.
Yep, made it all the way through.
Yeah. They banned out the Lion instead as well. Like, that was a conscious choice.
And the Tiny.
I guess because they're taking more fights, and Lion definitely is scarier in 5v5 fights than Rasta, but Rasta can make it so you don't have 5v5 fights because he's pushing your tier 2 tower by himself.
I have to say I enjoy this Tiny pick a lot. I think it's good. These squishy heroes on the side of Flying Penguins, they're going to disappear once he gets that Blink Dagger, but he needs to get it fast. You need to be able to jump this Rasta as soon as you see him, blow him up. Same goes for Oracle. It doesn't matter that they... Oh, there we go.
But...
All right, 1-1. On to the next.
Yeah, because...
I'm just kidding.
No, because the Queen of Pain means that...
Queen of Pain versus Puck.
Is the Pango going to be on the off lane? I don't want a Pango off lane. Like, that sucks.
I also don't want the
Queen of Pain off lane. Actually, can Queen of Pain be off lane?
I think it might be Pango offlane because you have Puck on old but gold, so he kind of is countered. Pango is countered. Puck is going to be the offlaner, most likely played by BZZ, right? But it doesn't really... is it gonna, though?
I mean, Quap
some
is
weird
considered-
heroes.
I've seen teams play Puck 4. This is hilarious,
Yes.
but I've seen it done. So
The
it's
only
possible.
reason you need Puck is for dream coiling that
Yep.
Pango, so you're fine if you get that.
Honestly, yeah, and say you do just do like a tiny puck lane with the tiny on 3. I think it gets a quicker blink dagger too, right? It's not bad.
It's more common to see the
It
tiny
is,
3,
for
of
sure.
course. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, this Queen of Pain. I know Snaking and Riolia both think they have the best Quap on their team, so
Okay.
be curious to see who can win that argument and actually play the hero.
Well, I do think that Snaking has a bigger voice in how the team's playing, right? So he'll be saying...
Yeah, it's
Is it?
me. I got it. You have fun on Pango versus Puck. You're
he
good.
did
and versus
crush
Tiny.
on Pango,
Yeah.
but... It's,
Weaver? I mean,
So it is
some
gonna be
extra
Weaver's
minus armor with the medallion, with SF, with Chen, I guess.
I mean, it's kind of what you said, right? You said they're probably not going to just change their strategy. Like, they
Yeah.
pretty much practiced one thing, and I mean, this is what it
Yeah.
is, right?
Right.
Another, like, 25, 30-minute game. Weaver gives you a little bit longer of a window, same with SF, but you're still pretty much just, you got to
Wait,
win by 30.
Weaver got buffed though, right? Gemnet attack, it's different now.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
hero is a bit stronger than before, so...
yeah, but that was a while ago, though.
It's only like 2 months.
Yeah,
It's
we-
still reasonably
we've
soon.
seen him a couple of times, I
Yeah.
think, both in Macau and in Katowice, and it wasn't
I haven't
very
seen him work,
successful.
though, in the last
Exactly, it
months.
wasn't
Yeah.
very successful.
Even when you crush the lane, like you're 7-0 or something, but I'm gonna Google this. I actually thought it was
I-
buffed recently.
He's definitely better. Oh, and a Sven. Is that the carry Sven? Definitely should be. I don't see him playing a carry Oracle.
Well, I do want to say that this morning, one of the first things that Lacoste said on the panel
That he
was
hated
that
Sven.
if there's any team picking Sven, they're gonna lose.
And it's E, Sven. So
And it is a Ryoya Queen of Pain.
It is.
it's an offlane puck, by the way.
I used to be a big Sven hater in the carry role as well. I think it's grown on me a little bit more. I did get I watched a ton of Chinese Dota during MDL, and they played a lot differently. But I know Eternal Envy definitely like crafts his game around like Chinese carries more than Western carries.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be okay. The thing is, if you play like Miracle, if all of a sudden you just have 20 minutes, you have your treads, you have whatever the hell you want to go. You can go so much stuff on that
Yeah.
hero now.
SMY,
yeah,
Mask of Madness, whatever, Blink Dagger,
Yeah.
Halberd, whichever way you want to go.
I think as long as you have 3 items by 20, 25 minutes, that hero can be an absolute beast. And they don't have the best lockdown for him because, right, he's going to have a BKB. Puck does
Yep.
nothing to him. He actually doesn't care about Puck at all. I really like this pick.
I mean, Weaver is just a bug that scratches him a bit.
Yeah,
at one
exactly.
point,
You
so-
just throw your E. If he gets Storm Bolted once, God Strength, that Weaver's dead.
But
I
they
actually
still
really
are
like it.
stuck with the Pango offlane.
They are. And they're stuck with the Queen of Pain in general.
I guess the question is, will there be a game 3 again?
Who's playing Pango again? It's Flying Penguins, right? I think that Pango.
No, Pango, yeah, Flying
It's
Penguin,
snaking, though.
Snaking.
Yeah, I think that Pango can do a lot, especially versus the Weaver. If you get a lucky proc on
That's all
him,
it takes,
you
yeah.
silence him. Like you don't even need even if he does get Lincolns, if you just get that silence on him, if you're lucky enough, and most
Alright.
of these Pango players are. I go with Penguins.
I'm actually going to go with Penguins as well. I just think this
And they're
going to
lose
And
because
that
I went
means
to them.
that, yeah, we'll see if once again Penguins is able to prove our panelists wrong. But let's find out what's going to happen in the second game. It is over to Trent and Lyrical.
Thank you, Shaver. Yes, the bias panel shaking my head. But
Yeah.
Trent, do you believe? I mean, it's Sven. That feels to me like we probably shouldn't believe because that hero's a little bit crazy. What are your thoughts?
Well, I was with Grant watching
Okay.
a lot of those MDL games, and I have to say the Sven was looking good. Running in the one role, I was impressed. You know, of course, he's been mostly a 3 or a 4 as of late, but Eternal Envy on a Sven. Not something I thought I'd see today, but something I am looking forward to. When it comes to Sven position 1, it's all about that stun. It's all about, can I catch 2 people at the start of the fight with my stun and cleave them to death? And you really just don't want to get kited, right? That's why the stun's so important. It's like, I need to lock somebody down, get my burst damage off my God Strength, and see if we slay somebody here. So we'll have to be watching Envy, of course. The guy's been playing a lot of roles over the past couple of years, and sometimes that ended up being an initiator sort of deal, so can still get that going for himself. Aside from that, I like the idea about the Lucky Strike, because that is going to be very important, right? That whole idea of the Lincolns trying to bust through that with the silence is huge versus the Weaver.
Yeah, definitely. You can make that happen, and of course doesn't care if he goes for Lincolns. And you can go for those more defensive builds on Weaver, like the panel was talking about. This is ability that, you know, now you get that extra proc on the Geminate attack, the extra little bit of damage that comes out.
Yep.
I will say it hasn't felt the most impactful in the world, but it can do something.
I think, to me, I'm going to favor Old But Gold this game, I think, because I do like Vanscore with the Chen with these cores to rotate, but we'll see as we have our first fight here.
Oh, toss, getting that stun out, making a little bit of space for Mr. Flea. There's a lot of regen, and Velour might be in some trouble here with the Ether Shock coming in afterwards. They might have another round. Can it be quite enough to toss away before the secondary stun is there? Now instead, they're going to see if they can take down Flea in first blood. He gets turned around upon. They find themselves that kill, and Divine Favor not going to be enough to keep that man alive. The toss, the continued action. So they just keep on running at each other, and looks like we got a bit of a brawl down bottom.
Yeah, I think BZZ actually bought out there, though, in the end, right before he died, too. So finished off, I'm not sure he bought Salver, or finished off his Nella, couldn't see. But either way, life looking very good for BZZ as he comes to lane, very stacked up, sitting at 67 damage. So he's tied with Envy, who doesn't have a Quelling Blade quite yet. So, no, what I was going to say is I really like Vanscore with these cores, right? Because you're pulling in a puck and a tiny support, but still a lot of damage, right? If you just get them on top of each other. Meanwhile, Vanscore is a bit of a spot of bother here. Look at these hard hits. Why does this hero do 76 damage? No one knows.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And
Vanscore? He's speedy.
Getting chased down. They have another round of Fortune's End, which they're going to use now to take off the Divine Favor, and Ether Shock finds the kill. This does leave Envy alone down bottom, but I don't know if he's going to care that much. And this is maybe an indication of things to come as well up top there, that Illidan needs to be careful to not play too low HP if he happens to get caught by a silence.
Oh, man. The earlier levels of Shikuchi are so low. I love the way Snake King's pressuring, too. Just constantly running after him. And he already has the Quelling Blade as well, so life going to be pretty difficult here for Illidan. I don't think this is that great of a matchup.
It feels like he could just die at any time.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens, of course, where he keeps his HP at. But meanwhile, Envy, speaking of dying at any time, goes down.
A level 2 puck getting a kill. Not something you see all too often, but Tiny helping out with a little bit of that damage there.
Illidan doing a good job here of keeping the harassment on. I guess that's the thing, is if he can keep Snake King low himself, then it takes away some of that kill potential. As a big movement in from the Queen of Pain brings that SF somewhat low, but he is forced to blink away. And of course, with level 2, BZZ having to silence, they do have an opportunity here to hit him before he gets the phase shift off. But it doesn't look like Flying Penguins want to try and commit onto that puck. Instead, they're going onto the Tiny. Belhor, toss back. Hits Envy some more. Does have his Warcry out, but there's a lot of magical damage, and he dies again. Can't happen. Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Get him.
G in the mid lane. Fairy Fire drops his items at the same time to try and get the extra little bit of regen.
Oh, they're out of tips, though. Now what do you do? Shadow Fiend just killed Queen. I know Grant's rolling over somewhere.
Oh,
he's just like,
man.
what?
How does that happen?
Yeah, something like that.
Dude,
that's pretty much Grant. Yeah,
G is like, he's still very good at Dota.
I mean, I guess Snake King was right about who's better about Queen, though.
Oh, are they going to do the charge up the Fortune's End thing and blink on him? Oh, no, they're not going to do that. Okay.
That is a good thing to watch out for. Bit of a classic one there. Couple cheeky plays you can do with that hero.
Well, so far so good for Old But Gold, as they are making it happen.
I mean, that's pretty much the definition of greed, right? Getting killed by an SF as Queen. Just like,
Yeah.
you must have done something greedy, you know, in order for that to occur.
Yeah. Whether it's staying too long for a last hit or whatever.
Yeah.
Or in this case, blinking on him.
Didn't end up putting him in that much of a deficit, honestly, overall. Like, he's only like 150 gold behind G, just because G likely having to ferry out more regen and everything. In fact, yeah, look at his career going to G, too.
Uh-oh.
Pure regen.
God. If that was a silencer, they might find that kill. Yeah, he's getting everything that he can, and that Chain Lightning creep now is just going to punish this Queen of Pain over and over again. You're talking about, oh man, G is walking forward, not afraid of anything, and more lightning onto this Quap. God, that feels real bad.
Yeah, she has range drops versus SF now, though, so her life is a lot better in that mid lane. But, I mean, this is great. You pick this SF first phase, and then you end up getting enough help in your mid lane that life is good for you. You get the solo kill. And then now you're used to playing from behind into the jungle, but now it's just going to end up being an acceleration thing, right? He's at the point now, he's level 5. He's just going to kill the wave, go to the jungle. Come back, kill the wave, go to the jungle over and over. And who's going to stop that on the side of Flying Penguins? They have a Sven that's so far behind that he still needs support help. So there's no supports rotating right now.
Oh, God. You need to be so careful right now. Is this Queen of Pain 1 raise, 2 raise? No, he blinks out. But, yeah, the Invis rune burning through the raindrops afterwards. This lightning creep. I mean, this makes all the difference in the world. This Queen of Pain actually could just die at any point, it feels like now. She isn't, or just forced to blink back and away.
Am I? Okay, I'm not crazy. That is a Vlad's recipe coming for a BZZ down bottom.
Okay.
BZZ really into the Vlads. Puck Vlads, you know, standard stuff. Hey, I mean, it's part of their game plan, right?
Somebody's got to build it.
Yeah.
Velor toss back into the Vlad's. Pugna doesn't quite have it yet, but they might have this kill onto Envy. He goes down yet again. This is a rough game.
It's not what you're looking for. I mean, he's got 1 point in the cleave. He's still level 3. So, I mean, you know, this guy's not heading in the jungle. There's no Terrorblade here.
All right, is it a bait or is it going to be a death?
No silence. That was risky business, though, because that was 2 points in the Purifying Flames, and he had stick up. So if he got a silence there, they probably would have got the kill.
6 minute mark. About 1,000 gold lead still for Old But Gold. And it is off the back of winning 3 lanes right now, it feels like. And I don't know. It does feel like these are heroes that maybe want to get aggressive at this point. And Flying Penguins are going to smoke up with 2. But Shadow Fiend is not mid. He's head back to the jungle, and like you said, just going to farm away here.
What do I know, though? I didn't think he'd go this early. I guess he just didn't have a choice, right? Like, they're smoking the supports. Look where they're going. Oh, exactly what you expect. They find the team.
Oh, my God, no! They walked away!
No, they know. They saw him.
He hit the shrine.
Yeah, but they have to wait for the queen. They can't kill him without her. At least they wouldn't have known that he was so low, right?
Yeah.
Like, from our perspective, of course, he was, but they have to wait for the queen to have a chance.
And they do get him still, nonetheless. So Shrine used, and they find it, and he won't have a TP back afterwards.
That was actually so perfect.
That was the best it could be.
The scurry back. Oh my God, he's coming! Hurry, hide! And now they're going to continue that rotation all the way in behind and looking for a lucky silence.
Does not happen, but they have the vision still, and with the root coming out, Illidan.
Yeah, he's level 7 though. He's
fine. Maybe with the shackles? No.
So they will get that bottom tower, and they're investigating in to find Eternal Envy, who after killing a couple camps here, oh jeez. Buys his treads though. Envy with the E efficiency.
How many times has he died? It's 4?
He is
2/3 of their deaths.
Oh, man, you did that math so fast.
Thank you. I'm really good at it.
Oh my God. We're on a whole other level today.
I know, it's amazing. Well, 2,000 gold lead now. And of course that SF death did hurt earlier, but with the Chen, can pull him back into the fight right away. He farms out their jungle, and now they're pressuring that tier 2 tower bottom. Illidan still living life on a wire and making it work for himself.
Dude, this Puck is just, he's looking like the old Puck model. So fat. This guy has Vlad's, double null, and 600 gold. He's just going to build a pipe. He's like, I'm just building auras.
Dude, what the hell?
What is a Blink Dagger? Who even needs it?
And they bring Illidan down bottom, so he's back up to full HP, and they're just keeping this momentum going. Off of the laning stage, they're now pressuring the tower. Snaking, possibly going to get dove back, and he's forced to swashbuckle away. And there's nothing else happening on the map right now for Flying Penguins. No towers are being pushed. They're basically just static farming in a lane.
All 4 of these heroes are so good with recall. They're just heroes that can instantly appear and have some sort of an impact. It's like he's summoning different kinds of creeps, you know? He's got like his close range, high damage nuke from the Tiny. If he wants to bring in this Puck for a quick catch on multiple heroes, you can grab him. If you need someone who's a little shifty, who's going in deep and diving the tower, he brings himself a Weaver.
Pick your poison. It's all good. And now, this is Snaking in a lot of trouble. Shield Crasher to get that extra little bit of survivability with the Avalanche toss. They find themselves the kill.
He's like a Pokemon master, dude. He's just whipping out everything, and they're styling on people.
Vanscore wants to be the very best.
Look at this Shadow Fiend. I choose you, baby. Get him down here. Why?
Don't get screamed, though.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're just going to back away. They got their rotations.
And now they're just going to walk towards
they see
mid.
that Pango.
Oh, lordy. Be careful there, Mr. Pango.
There's a lot of Radiant Vision in here. They see Vanscore. Oh, dear.
Time to get out. No, BZZ, what did you bring me into? Needs to get out of the silence. No, he's caught. He's going to be killed because of it. Vanscore, the Pokemon Master, leaves his Pokemon to die. And now he too will go down.
That was like when Ash Ketchum decides to fight Pikachu versus the Onix, and you're like, bruh, did you even read the Pokedex? What are you doing? That was Puck into instant stun and silence. Pretty much exactly how it went down.
Oh, God. Well, Bounty Rune time. Does look like it's going to be at least one of them there for Flying Penguins. They might actually get 3 as Quap is heading towards bottom, and instead they find themselves the Tiny in the river. Avalanche toss. He'll be able to escape, obviously, away from that afterwards. Oh, Coil. Queen of Pain in some trouble. They give her the tip.
Before she dies.
He's still in the middle of killing her.
Standing there right-clicking. It's impressive. You know, it's a status symbol right there.
That's right.
Velour finally gets his bottle. He really wanted that rune and the bottle, but comes up to find himself an Envy. Although he's very alone.
Yeah. Avalanche to try and buy a little bit of space, bottling as he goes, but Root is going to hit. And another toss back. Don't give this kill to Envy. Don't let him have it.
In fact, Lelis will end up getting it.
Well, able to take down this tower as
They
well.
have
The
the
disarm
Sonic
is
Wave.
there. In some trouble. Phase shift already used. Sonic Wave could come out, but instead they're going to Rolling Thunder forward, find themselves BZZ. And that catches right on the edge. Every time he's near Vanscore, he dies.
He's cursed, clearly. He's got it out for him. Illidan is going to keep this pressure on that bottom lane, though, has a catapult with this wave. So looking to do a little bit of damage here, draw the attention back, but Snaking had to go back to the fountain anyway, so it's not going to end up being a big deal. However, Lelis is in behind here all alone, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any helper to punish. So they see him with the wards, but Illidan will just end up stalking him a little bit. And he saw that ward get placed down, so he's going to get the kill as well onto that, so very nice.
Looks like they should be able to clear out these Serpent Wards. Do they get the deny? Not quite there. Flea able to pick it up. So tower taken. Flying Penguins getting their feet back underneath them, even though they have lost all of the Tier 1 towers except for top. And Envy. He is the most farmed on their team right now, has the Mask of Death as well as Treads.
That's pretty impressive, honestly.
Yeah.
He got destroyed in the lane.
I'm curious to see how this Quap does, too. Like, you know, the panel was obviously very surprised to see it. I think we were as well. It's seen it some, but it does have that feeling that if it dies too often, you're just going to kind of lose the game.
You didn't dominate the Shadow Fiend in lane, which makes you feel real bad. You're like, why did we even pick this? Like, if this ends up happening. But it is one of the more classic heroes for Roya. I feel like it's, you know, his OD and his Queen of Pain are probably the two he's played the most in competitive games. So.
Well, it is a hero that has sort of weird power spikes, too, where you suddenly get towards some of those later talents and it feels way better.
Or like level 2 ulti.
Yeah.
Feels much nicer on the hero. So going for the very classic build of the Orchid, or at least eyeing that up at the moment.
Chasing forward for Lelis. So Oracle is pretty speedy with those Tranquils, though, and gets out of harm's way. They do hit the scan now, so they know that the Queen of Pain is coming in. They have the Sonic Wave back up in a couple of seconds. But Snake King has TP if he needs to be there. I believe that so does the Sven, but they're coming in numbers, and this looks like this tower is just going to go down most likely.
This catapult plus 77 damage.
Yeah, it's
the
really
Ryan
nuts.
Favor as well as the Bassi.
They could walk around with the Tiny here. Need to be careful about the tossback. Lelis in a little bit of trouble, buddy, and is going to be thrown to the Wolves. They eventually take him down.
Man, Velour's just been so good today in this Tiny, honestly.
Yeah.
Even before the Blink Dagger, and now he has this coil to work with as well. Although I don't think we've seen that happen yet, have we? The snap, but always an option.
And how do you deal with this pressure here? You don't really have that many heroes that team
he's
fight.
even level 15. Like, this is supposed to happen later, but that's a nice war trap.
This is really good if they can make it happen, but the jump in, Velhor able to interrupt. They have the coil down, also onto 2 silence there. Pango not able to ulti, but now he's going to be able to have it off in a second time. Can they chase down the rest of these heroes? Vanscore gets clipped for it by a minute, and Aurelia still chasing forward. They find the route and should be able to get this kill as well, but Illidan still wanting to stick around. G is still very survivable. Also an Envy. Disarmed, Chase running, trying to get out of there. Can he punch? He needs some regen off the back of this. He's trying to take down G. The Sonic Wave, it's on to 3. They chase forward. Illidan forced to use that time lapse. What a play coming in from that Queen of Pain.
Oh, Oh, that was really close to getting the Weaver there as well. But the cancel TP works out. It kind of looked like Old Gold maybe had a chance to turn around with the Shadow Fiend, almost like a bait play with the puck coming back through. But with the coil drop so early in that fight, not having that left in the tank, it turns into cleanup crew there for Flying Penguins. And it's almost a 2K gold swing overall. And a lot of that for the Oracle because he did get the final touch there onto the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah. Well, it's still, you talk about it, that trifecta of cores from Old But Gold that are still in the lead. But it does show that Flying Penguins can still stick with it.
Yeah, and it was just a little early for the strat.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the tier 3, so
right, of course.
This is actually still fine because it's all about securing that Roche and taking care of those shrines. As a familiar situation here, as Velar again is up top near the boundary runes and trying to fill his bottle and runs into some trouble, but he does get away. Not able to get the bottle, but at least he survives. But they don't have the presence affects buildings yet, which makes this really powerful as a strategy. So they're going to be looking to sync up those auras once again when Shadow Fiend's 15. When they have the Greaves, they already have this Vlad, so they're hoping to have a pipe, and then they want that first Aegis. And that's going to be like the pinnacle moment. And at that point, this Sven, it should still be too poor to really do anything.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he'll have BKB. I would consider him pretty fortunate if he gets it at that point, honestly. That's pretty much his one goal at the moment.
Farm up creeps, get the BKB, don't die anymore. And he's done a good job of staying out of that danger zone since the laning stage. It's been much more about these other cores from Flying Penguins making stuff happen around the map. Giving Envy a little bit of space, but they're recalling in again the Weaver top lane and looking like they want to fight.
With this Deso.
Snaking in a lot of trouble yet again. Silence is going to be there, breaks the coil and keeping him alive for the moment. Okay, maybe a turnaround here. He gets the time lapse off. Never lucky with the silence. And Snaking, is he going to drop in the duration of this one? Almost dead. Is going to be able to get the roll away. No, the toss up. They find the kill. And now controlling further. It's going to have to be a blink away. Getting out of there.
No Sonic Wave for 10 seconds. Oh, that is so rough. But, oh, not able to be out of there. That was looking, honestly, like it could have been worse. Once the Pango like stayed in there for the duration of the ulti and then dies, you're like, oh god, the chase down's coming. But they weren't able to keep that going. Unfortunately, they're going to lose this Roche so quickly with Presence and this Desolator. And there's going to be no real chance for them to fight here. And again, it's all about, will Envy have BKB when they push high ground? He's racing here. I mean, he's gathered 1,000 gold since the last time we mentioned it. But there's still quite a bit to go. And
even then, it's not a guaranteed thing that you win the fight with the BKB.
He's throwing in the body.
Time to go, buddies. Oh, Envy, he walks forward. They want to make it happen, and Aegis goes down. The Pango ulti is going to be pretty good here. Sonic Wave doesn't really connect on that many heroes, and now Snaking is off to the sides. A good Hex to interrupt the Requiem, and they bring him down in time. G still doing a hell of a lot, but it looks like they'll kill off Envy. The fight came too early. Snaking, one more punch connects, and they get the kill. Oh, and it is their life in tatters. As Flying Penguins just have to run away. Flying Penguins, man, this is tough.
Yeah, they've been grounded. That is for sure. They are more like regular penguins at this point. And right on
becoming extinct. 4,000 gold lead for Old But Gold as they look to tie up this series. And the toss back comes yet again. Belor, the magic man on this Tiny.
And it really shows how strong this hero was that they essentially made True Grab worthless for his supports, and he's still really good.
Yeah.
You know? Guy's really loving life here.
So 5,000 gold lead, but more importantly, it is just a lack of ability to do things in this game right now. And, you know, you talked about that Sven wanting to go in. It would have been a great moment if they could have found it just a couple of seconds earlier into that Roche pit with the Pango ulti work in. And
I mean, maybe. I mean,
right.
the SS still had Greaves, honestly. Like, I know they had to fight, so that's the problem. But he clearly wanted more than just a Mask of Madness. Like, your carry has one item right now, and he's still your top farmer. But Sven's not a one-item kind of hero.
No, it's true. So 11 to 13 and ready to walk down mid tower. The last tier 2 Flying Penguins. How close are they to that BKB? Is still a long ways away after that death.
And Snake King's doing the only thing he can do. Try and cut waves. If there's one thing NA Dota knows, it's all about walking down mid. So he's going to be able to counter this play by cutting the wave. Unfortunately, they still have one with them at the moment, and I think they have that pipe too, so they're going to be looking to guard this here with the help of BZZ.
He's ready for it. V gonna get tossed back in. This is a problem and a half. He does get healed back up, the turnaround there, and he can't walk anywhere. It's just coiled down. They're trying to take down Velhor, but they're just gonna wait this out. Snakes are already dropped. They farm him up. And there was very little committed by Old But Gold.
Yeah, but they got the wave. So, delayed. That's going to shove them back. They can't really see high ground right now. Although there is a wave up top, to be fair. So I guess if they really want to, they could. And they're going to hang out a little bit here, grab some neutrals while they work on their recall and wait for the next wave here. So patience, maybe grabbing a couple items. They're going to smoke up on the high ground here from Flying Penguins.
They just got presence effects buildings as well. But they have the Orchid on the Quap. This is going to be a big reveal for them.
Yeah, just going to make sure that the Puck's probably the best hero, honestly. Maybe the Weaver, of course. And there
Jump
it is.
forward, there's the Orchid, but the toss back. Can they find this kill? He blinks away instead. The Shackles are there as well. Not enough damage as the Greaves is already out. They're just going to chase forward, controlling up Envy, taking away all of his armor, and bringing him down to about a third HP as they continue to beat into this building. The best thing they can do right now is a Fate's Edict to stop G from attacking.
I mean, the Pipe's even back up now.
Trying to kill him off in time. Is it going to be enough? Requiem of Souls takes them all down. The Shadow Fiend level 2 works very, very well in this game. And it is going to be the move forward. GG called. And we're going to a game number 3, as has been the theme of today.
Yeah, one demon on each side. I tend to go for the Shadow Fiends myself as well. Not really into the assassin bonuses. So Warlocks prevail here. And Old But Gold will push us to game 3. So it was not a sign in game 1 from the admins. As it will not be a 2-0 victory here from Flying Penguins. But yeah, I really liked the draft this game. I thought it just looked super solid from Old But Gold. Very, again, there's nothing sneaky about anything that they pick, right? It's pretty straightforward. They just first phase this Shadow Fiend. At this point, you even pick the Queen of Pain counter. You got to wonder, like, all right, I guess we're just banning it. You know, some teams have been doing that. They're just going to ban the Shadow Fiend first phase versus these guys. Seems to be a solid strat.
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like, it's not even necessarily, is this the best thing in the world? Is this the best way that they play around that hero? And we did see that there was the Leshrac that ended up going when they played in game number 2 earlier today, where they basically went the Greaves build as well. But something about Shadow Fiend and G, it just works, I guess.
Yeah, and how about this BZZ Pugna, though? Like,
hey.
Sorry, a Puck, rather. Going for the Vlads and the Pipe, too. So I really like the Aura idea. So just, you know, knowing his role, right? Had some good coils going on, but Velhor, again, on this Tiny, too. That's definitely something else to watch for in the second phase. We saw that being banned out a couple times today, and certainly a worthy one to target, I think, if you're their opponents.
Keep it in mind, ladies and gents. We're going to be back in just a little bit, but first, back to the panel, see what they thought about that game number 2.